Hey guys, it's Hybrid Comics here. It's January 10th, 2018, and this is my 15th week of investing in crypto. So this week I did get my miner rebuilt. I finally added the card I purchased from Purse.io, another 1080 Ti Aorus, and I was able to put that on the board with the other one, so now I'm running two cards and everything's up and running. There's a little trouble at first it not being recognized, but basically I think I just wasn't giving the computer enough time to recognize and install the card before I started trying to mine with it. So once I turned the miner off and just let the computer sit for 2 or 3 minutes, Windows recognized the GPU, installed it, and now everything works just fine. I haven't had a problem with it since it's been running. So now I'm making twice as much as I was before. So I'm pretty psyched about that. I did video the build. Again, I had camera problems with it. During the middle of it, the camera cut out again. So I only have right when I started working on it, and then towards the very end of it where I am working on it. So here that is. Here is my rig that I've been running for about a month and a half, and it just has one 1080 Ti in it. And I have another 1080 Ti I got from Purse.io. I ordered a frame almost 2 weeks ago. It still hasn't shipped. It'll ship tomorrow, I believe. And then it'll still probably be another week before it gets here. So I'm impatient, and so I just built myself a frame. And I'm going to take this apart and then put it on the frame and add the other graphics card, because the other graphics card won't fit in here. So that's what we're doing. Let's get to it. So basically I just wanted to try to get everything out without having to unhook every single power cord. Eventually I ended up having to do that, taking everything off of the PSU. Apparently, while taking everything out of the case, the camera stopped. And then putting the first part of the hardware onto the rig frame was also lost. So here's the end of it. I already pre-drilled screws and screw holes. So basically all I had to do was set everything down and screw it in. I didn't have to do any measuring or anything at this point because it was already done. And then I just had to figure out where I wanted the wires to go, so it wasn't too much of a mess. That really was, I guess, the hardest part, is just getting the wires where you want them to go, so at a later date I can clean them up and make it look better. And so I did end up ordering some splitters, some 8-to-4 Y splitters that'll allow me to use less GPU cables, because right now the max GPUs I can physically use with cables on that PSU is 4, but I don't even think I can get 4 1080 Ti's to run off the 1000 watt PSU, because I think they run like at 240. And then once you put the motherboard and CPU and everything else on it, it's going to go in excess of your 1000 watt power supply. So I'll need to get a larger PSU, a server PSU, preferably. Probably 1600 would do it all to get 6 GPUs on there. I don't know if the camera turned off by itself or not while I was putting it together, or if I just forgot to start it. But here it is. I got everything together. It's a mess of wires right now. I got my 2 graphics cards, memory in the back, SSD over here, 1000 watt power supply over here, and room for plenty more cards. So everything's hooked up. I believe I have everything hooked up. No, I need a power button. I'll be back. Alright, so here's the rig with everything on it. I had to use the front plate of my old computer case. I couldn't pull off the power button, so until I get a power button, that's just going to sit there. It's a mess right now. I booted it up and there's error. I don't know if you can see that, but it's running now at 126 megahash, so it is working. See if it stays that way. But I'm excited. Now I have almost twice the hashing power. I turned off the lights on the other one with Aorus software, Aorus graphics engine, but I couldn't get it to open anymore on my computer, and so I uninstalled it and I tried to reinstall it, and now it won't reinstall. So the lights are going for this one but not for this one. I'm getting a little less hash power on this one, I think, because it's using electricity for the lights instead of for hashing. But that's what that is. So this week, if you can see on the charts, there's a lot of red. Bitcoin is back down at the 1400s. It was just below 1400 this morning and last night, but it's starting to go up again. Ethereum has pretty much gone up. It was at 13 something a few hours ago, and now it's hovering right around 1298. So Ethereum has just been killing it about being steady and not really letting all this red affect it at all. It seems like it's standing apart from the rest of the crowd. Nothing else is jumping out. ARK is probably one of my biggest gainers at the moment. Zcash is going back up to 700. I think everything's done going down, and now everything's starting to rebound again. I'm not sure why that happened, but it did. But hopefully that is behind us and everything will start going up again. It looks like maybe the altcoin run is over, or it's just pausing for the moment. But we'll see what happens as we go into the weekend. But I'm guessing everything's going to shoot up again. We're going to have a really good week next week. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.